why worldviews matter. Every one of you are standing on a worldview. Remember, it's not a worldview that you decide you're going to make up. Some of you are grabbing 2 or 3 worldviews, but these worldviews have been here for hundreds of years of traditions. Books have been writing these worldviews for thousands of years. Judaism and the Christianity faith has been over thousands of years. Here we are standing on a cloud of witnesses as we talk about what we believe in and why, so that you can understand why you believe in some of these things that you believe in and be able to give an answer. So this is what I do. So let's talk about worldviews and why they matter. If you were to, let's say it was a Friday, if you were to have the weekend go by and your best friend who you've been hanging with for the last 4 or 5 years, you heard that she said or he said something wrong, and you're trying to figure out if it's true. I mean, this is your best friend. And you heard it through social media, maybe through some friends out there during the weekend. Here's Monday morning. What are you going to do to confirm if that person really said what they said? Because if that didn't happen, you're going to try to work it out. Maybe you might have to back away. Maybe you don't even want that person as a friend no more. You're going to have to make these tough decisions. So what are some of the things you're going to do to try to figure this out? What do you think are some of the things you're going to do? Won't you talk to the person, your best friend, and say, hey, I heard this stuff, what's going on? Also, you're going to go look around to the people who said stuff. Maybe you might know some other friends and say, hey, did you see this person here and there? Listen, as you begin to talk to your friend, you're looking for some things here. You're looking for truth, facts, doesn't make sense in the reality that we live in, and are there contradictions to what this person is talking about, right? And as you come to a conclusion, you're going to weigh this out on a scale of evidence to see where it stands. And whether it stands way high, like you would at the grocery stores as you pop a pound of grapes on top of it, is it worth the pound of grapes? Or is it not, as you begin to look at these worldviews? I believe you guys are intellectual, you're reasonable, and you can look at worldviews and determine which one has holes in it, which one has contradictions in it, which ones seem to not be holding a lot of concrete ground, a good foundation, and begin to weigh low on the spectrum as you begin to look at these ideals. All right, not all worldviews are the same, and how you live a certain way, and how you act a certain way, and how you answer questions a certain way is going to determine your worldview. So how you live, act, and how you answer questions will determine your worldview. Not all worldviews are the same, right? We got atheism. How many of you guys heard the word atheism? Okay, that's something that's coming abroad hard on this generation. Skepticism, naturalism. Atheism is a word that comes from the Greek word, and a means means without or no, and theism is theos. Theism is God, so without or no God. So right away, if you're going to stand on a worldview of atheism, the first thing you got to know is without God, no God. No supernatural, no miracles. They even have a hard time explaining the conscience and how the conscience works, because when you guys lie, cheat, and steal, what's the first thing that happens? Something inside your mind begins to talk to you and say, that's not right, you shouldn't be doing that. And then you try to convince your conscience that it's okay to do it, because I got a reason for it, right? This is the conscience, but the atheist, bottom line, doesn't know what to believe in that, because ultimately they believe this mind here is just a brain. They don't like calling it a mind. That has all these electrons and nerves that are just responding to chemicals. And it's just responding, whereas we're taught otherwise in the Christian worldview.